Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will go on with our Maqams, and last week we talked about Nikriz, and we have 3 more Maqams and tetrapentachords left, and that is Pencgah, which we will talk about today, and then we have Nisharbur and Sabah. These are the remaining ones. And then we really talked about all the different kinds of tetra and pentachords and their maqams. There are a lot more maqams, but in a way they are just different kinds of combinations of what we then have already talked about. So we have a real great basis then if we understood all these things, and this will give us really the tools we need to understand what is going on in any maqam. So that's a so it's really like a basis we get here, because they say like there are like 500 different maqams, bit similar than as ragas. They also say like you have a lot of ragas. But mostly like it's like there's a lot of possibilities, but mostly like if you have like one musician, he of course he does not play maybe like 500 maqams or something. I don't believe that actually. Yeah, mostly you have like a certain number which you always play, and you go deeper and deeper with them, and it's maybe more for scientists to analyze and study all these different possible maqams and ragas and everything. Like Ali Akbar Khan once said about ragas that one lifetime is you can just learn 10 ragas. Of course, he plays much more, but to really know them at a very deep level, that really takes time, and you can't just look at a page and then you play some notes and then it's really like that's also the very different thing in comparison to like the scales how they're seen in the West, in the Western music, when you just say, okay, that's Dorian, or that's whatever, Mixolydian, then you just have these notes and you can do whatever, and it doesn't really take much time to learn that in a way. But when you go into the raga field, and especially also maqam field, of course there also you change notes, sometimes also in raga you change notes, but just only when you play that when you stay with the same notes, then there are these kind of movements and rules, and you really have to understand that. Certain things are good and certain things are bad. Certain things are allowed and other things are forbidden to create that kind of a mood. And that is really one step deeper into the material to really get this at a deeper level, and that takes time, of course. Okay, so today we talk about Pencgah, and Pencgah is there is not very much to talk about actually, and there's also not very much on that page down in the description below, the PDF, but of course you should download that also as a reference. I also have this as a reference here in front of me, and also although there is not much on the page, it's still like a lesson you get here on Pencgah, and it supports this channel, of course. So it would be a great thing to do. Thank you. Okay, so what is Pencgah? Pencgah is actually something. I have this book. What is like a very like a standard literature thing. About all these maqams and different rhythms, and you don't find any maqam Pencgah there. Yeah, it's always like you have some Pencgah. There are 2 versions of Pencgah, and and the one version actually not even uses this pentachord Pencgah, what we are talking about. So you maybe you can see Pencgah more as something what happens in other maqams. I mean, you are in a different maqam, and then you show Pencgah. Yeah, you show this pentachord in a way, and so it's not really so much about that is Pencgah, and that is a way how it is extended to form that scale, and this is a maqam, and there are like many compositions in Pencgah in a way. It's a bit yeah, something maybe you have to search a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody says, no, of course, Pencgah is a cool maqam, just Pencgah without any additional words, and it goes like that. Yeah, it would be great to have, if you have more knowledge about that thing, if you really come from this Turkish classical music musician, then I'm really happy if you also contribute and maybe put it in the comment or send me an email. Okay, what is Pencgah? Pencgah is, oh, by the way, we have Pencgah also on the page starting from G, because Yerinde is G. Yerinde means that's its actual place or location in the context of all the other maqams, tetra and pentachords. Yeah, we talked about that already, and so it's built on G. And it's very much connected also with G Rast, which is also Yerinde Rast. So Rast has its place, its location also on G. And I wrote it. I normally I would transpose everything here to E, that you can compare everything, that we also already always have our E as a root, and we can play that low drone kind of a thing. But in this case, it's getting a little bit messy to do that from E with these accidentals. So without accidentals, I mean without transposing it, with just leaving it on G, it's very obvious and very simple. You quickly see what's happening and where are the microtones. So I decided for just leave it in the original form. Okay, and Pencgah, if we start from G now, is a little bit, or not just a little bit, it's quite a bit the pentachord like Lydian. So like 12-tone equal temperament would be in Turkish Maqam music. This is not this pentachord doesn't exist. It's always this microtonal version, you can say, and it's Pencgah is really mostly like a step in between somehow. That you really play up and down always like this Pencgah pentachord is not so frequently used. In a way, it's maybe a kind of a sound which is not really fitting the whole maqams so well as maybe others. I mean, that's my theory. I mean, that's just some ideas here. So what we have when we play Pencgah in the Turkish Maqam music, we have actually on A we have Rast. We have a Rast tetrachord. So A, B, and then this lowered C sharp. G is our karar, G is our root. There we end also the maqam. that's so the intervals are going like T. We have a T, yeah, whole step. Then we have another T. Then we have a K, like eight microtones. And we have an S, like 5 microtones, or 5 commas. Okay, so that's a pentachord. If we say like Pencgah, pentachord, that's it. And there is not existing a Pencgah tetrachord. It's just always this pentachord. Okay? So the structure is you have a Rast tetrachord, and then but the karar, the actual note, is just one whole step, 9 comma lower. There, that's your karar. Or you can say it's a kind of like a Lydian quality, or like a Lydian pentachord. But there's a microtone happening, and this microtone you get by having Rast tetrachord on the second degree of that pentachord. Okay, Jeden, the leading tone is F sharp. Yeah, like an M. It's like it's also not a B. Huh? It's not a half step, but it's like it's an S, yeah, 8 comma half step. Okay, now what happens? What actually really very much happens here in this Pencgah context is we have a güçlü, which is on D. Yeah, D is our most strong, our dominant note, and D is the fifth of our Pencgah pentachord, and what we show there is either buselik or Rast. So we have either Rast or buselik. And this is, you can say now what's actually happening, that we really like to show G Rast or A ushak in that Maqam context of this Pencgah pentachord. It's a little bit vague, everything. I mean, maybe I did not really get it yet, but I think it is like that. So we have Rast. And Rast has exactly these features of showing on the 5th degree, G Rast on the 5th degree, either Rast tetrachord, Rast tetrachord, or buselik tetrachord, which equals also Yerinde, G Achemli Rast. So it has like Achemli because F is actually Achem. The name of the note is Achem. Every note has a name. So we have or we have ushak. And ushak also can go on. with the same tetra chord, pentachord this time from D, either Buselik or Rast. It's all on that page. Yeah, you have either Bayati, which is like Ushak tetrachord, and Buselik pentachord. Or you have Neva, which is Ushak tetrachord, and Rast pentachord. And these are actually the colors you have to show in these different Pencgah versions of Maqams. So you may wonder now, but Pencgah has a C sharp and it doesn't have this lowered B. The C sharp actually gives you the jeden, the leading tone, to D. Yeah, in a way, you can think a little bit like that. You have G Rast, but then you can show either Buselik, yeah, or Rast. Oh, sorry. If you come down now, you don't use this B, the lowered B of Ushak or Rast. Actually, you know, I'm not completely sure with that. If somebody watched this and really knows it any better, please let me know. Yeah, I really tried to find out about that, and I think Pencgah is just not really used as a like a separate maqam. It's just in a way like in this case it's used somehow that you still have your root here, the G, but you also have this jeden, this leading tone to D. Yeah, and in this context, having the root, the D, and the leading tone, you would also have a B natural here. Okay, so let me show you how I understand that, and I think how that really also beautifully, I mean how this works in a beautiful way. So I will show like Rast on G, and also like Ushak on A, and then when I go to the D, I will also show my C sharp to confirm my D as a kind of a Asmar Karar of my Güçlü, and I will show Rast. I can show Rast or Buselik from here, both possible, and then I will go down and maybe show like A Rast, yeah, what's also there, A Rast tetrachord, and then I will just bring that down then to end on G. So showing my C sharp, and then actually in this context of A Rast, or directly in the context of G Nikriz already. So I at the end, in a way, I have this complete pentachord, and with also this with a jeden F sharp leading tone. I show you what I mean. kind of. I tried my best here. Um, I have to get a little bit more, maybe more. I have to listen to that a little bit more, to Pencgah and how that moves and what it shows and how things are approached. It sounds some things I really like. Some are really make sense, but not all. I have the feeling. So anyway. That's always, of course, the thing when you. I mean, with this kind of an approach, I mean, what I'm taking, I take like from different cultures, like from different musical cultures. I take stuff, and of course, I really want to understand that, but there are limitations. The instrument is limited, and the time is limited to really go deep into one. Certain things. So actually, where I wanna go very deep is music as a kind of a whole. So, and I wanna understand these different concepts and these different tonal systems and microtones and everything, and to get a more deeper, clearer picture about music, to understand music a little more, and. Of course, in comparison, you know, to somebody who is really like focusing on that one style or that one music and that kind of a culture, and maybe he or she is born there and really lives this and learns this from the father or the mother or wherever, whoever. This is of course like it's very, very different. I mean, it's like. It's a little bit, it's always, you know, you always gain something, but you also lose something. That's the thing. And of course, it has to do maybe a lot with your own personality, what you want to go for. And do you really want to play that one style? I mean, nowadays it's difficult anyway, because you have all these, you see everything, you know, you put on the computer and you start YouTube. And then you can just see music from all over the globe, and I mean that can be so inspiring and to go into different directions. But of course, the disadvantage is that you, in a way, with these like single styles and single like one culture or like one style, you don't get as deep, yeah. But that's how it is. I mean, that's really how it is. On the other hand, you get a different view on that, and you can make different kinds of decisions, and you're not so locked into a certain like restriction in a way. You are more and more, more flexible, and you have more choices maybe also to make, and more different choices to really. Express what you want to express. So okay, so I'm just thinking about that, of course, you know, because I'm struggling also with this thing that it's not possible to go that deep into one thing if your focus is on a lot of things in a way. But of course, the main focus is really to go deeper into that music, what music is, and for that, it's in a way it's for my approach, for my conception, you can say, to know these individual maqams and Pencgah and everything. It's just later on they are just. Kind of colors which I like to use in other contexts. And for that, Pencgah is actually really nice. Because for that, it's really like, for me, like Pencgah is really like this Lydian thing, but with this nice augmented force, which is a little bit lower. Yeah, so that's just a beautiful sound, you know? If you just have maybe do that on E. Let's do that on E. Okay, that was for me. That was more music actually, as I was trying before to really show you this Pencgah in a more traditional Turkish classical music way. So that's the way I'm using that, and for that I want to just go a little bit further into this tradition and understand that how that works there and how this functions and where are the microtones, and then I put them into my music, and then I listen what can I do with that, and is this really enriching what my music. So all right, so it's good that I also got that straight. All right, I hope you like these lessons here. You also get inspired to follow like different paths into different cultures, into different places, and if so, please also subscribe to my channel and click the bell button. Then you also get notifications when a new video will be released, which is the case every week. And the next 2 weeks we will go on with Sabah and Nishabur, and then we have all these Maqams, and we talked about all of them. Yeah, and also you can support my work here on this channel. Would be really cool if you value this, what I provide here for you, what I share with you. So much that you would also support this channel, my work. So please go down in the description below. There's a link to my website, hoophildenbrand.com, the Guitar Academia page there. There you find a button where you can donate. So that's it for today. I wish you all the best, and thanks for watching. My name is Hoop Hildenbrand.